are live. Hello everybody, my name is Justin Roth. I'm glad to be with you. Sorry for the delay. As you've probably experienced with some of these other live stream things, there's a big learning curve on all the tech stuff and a couple technical issues that don't typically happen when I show up at a gig and plug in my gear and the speakers turn on and voila, there it is. There's a few more hoops to jump through. Granted, I didn't have to drive anywhere to get there. I didn't get stuck in traffic. I could have been late for that reason. But then you probably would have been late too, because you might have been in the same traffic I was in. Since that didn't happen, we're here now. Thank you for your patience. I'm glad to be here. Thank you, jamplay.com, for having me. I'm going to start playing some songs and encourage you at any point. When I do concerts, I like them to be interactive. I like to engage with people who are in front of me. You are in front of me. I am in front of you across the many miles or wherever it is that you are. But I love in between songs being able to field questions, talk about guitar, songs, anything, just about anything. This is, you know, on Facebook after all, so I don't want to say too much. However, at any point you're able to comment, make comments or ask questions, and Jeff, who is on the other end at headquarters, will send those messages to me. And when I'm between songs and when I get them, there might be a little lag between the time that you send it and I get it. I'd be happy to respond to those questions. So I'm just going to get started with some music. I'm going to start with a piece called Fatima's Waltz. It's actually the first instrumental I ever wrote, inspired by some of my guitar heroes, Michael Hedges and namely Billy McLaughlin, using the two-hand tapping style, playing up on the neck. And the title came from a character that I fell in love with. It was a character in a book. Unfortunately, it was not a real person at the time. However, she was very well written, and so I thought I should write a song. But since there's no words, you can pretend it's about something else if you don't like that. So this is called Fatima's Waltz.
Thank you.
All right. So, oh, question. Oh, thank you. Glad it's sounding good. That is one of the technical issues we were figuring out beforehand. All I'm doing for my sound, I mean, knowing that this is a guitar player website, I'll talk more shop little things and insert little guitar comments. But I've got, to start with, even for my normal live rig, I've got two pickups in here. I've got a magnetic sunrise pickup and a contact pickup that's like a transducer that gets that thump, which I think you can hear. Going out in stereo to a stereo preamp, which I can EQ each one of them separately. And so right now, so that's my normal setup, live setup. And I'm using that. I'm going into a PA, and I've got a speaker, just a PA speaker, sitting in front of me, pointed away from me, basically pointed at the microphone that I've got, the external microphone on the camera. So I'm able to get a bigger sound from the guitar instead of the little microphone just picking up the sound of my acoustic guitar in the room. It's actually picking up the PA in the room. So that's the distilled version. We could talk more about specific gear. Maybe I could post that later about exactly what I'm using. But yeah. All right. So thank you for that question. Another question. Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. 2 questions. What is the tuning? Oh, thank you for reminding me. I was going to say that. That was in DADGAD from low to high. D-A-D-G-A-D. Really nice open ringing tuning. I do have, actually I don't know if I have my DADGAD workshops on JamPlay yet or not. It's something slated for the future. But DADGAD is kind of my standard tuning. It's where I'm the most comfortable and I love what it gives me. There's so many things that you can do with it, so it's a great tuning. The other one, got some special capos. Yes, I will get to these capos and partial capos, and I do know that jamplay.com has a bunch of partial capo videos that I've made lessons on those. I'll explain a little bit more about them when I'm actually... Oh, hey, good tie-in. I just realized the next song is going to use some of them. Haha. Wow, it's almost like I planted these questions, which I did not. Yeah, the DADGAD, somebody mentioned that it's very Celtic sounding. DADGAD is kind of like a standard tuning for a lot of Celtic music. Because of the droning strings, when you think of the guitar part and then the fiddles over the top or other penny whistles or things, it provides a lot more context for those melodic instruments to play over these ringing chords. So that is very common. Good ear. So I'm still in DADGAD. Now I'm using a standard capo and a shortcut capo, Kaiser shortcut capo. It's got the low string cut out and the top 2 strings cut off, so it only covers the A, D, and G string. And there's places you can use it all over the neck that are convenient. This is kind of a non-typical position for it, just something that I found in DADGAD, the way I like to use it. So the low string rings all the way down to here. The next 3 stop here, and the top 2 strings are going all the way back down to the standard capo. So this is a song called Trembling Like a Train. Midnight falls in Rotterdam at the Golden Tulip Inn. I'm standing in the rain, wondering which of these wet tracks to take. Now it's time to choose, and I'm trembling like a train, 'cause I gave away my ticket overnight to Saint-Tropez. You may think I'm crazy, that's okay. I swear this place is damned, I'm still standing here. Bit insane. listening to the rooster crow. I'm frozen to the core. I'm trembling. The sun is always shining on the beach in Saint-Tropez. Everyone is smiling, but who needs it anyway? I'm burning like hay fuse. Time to gain away. There's so much left to lose, and I'm trembling like a train. I'll be waiting at the station when it pulls in with the weeds. Pull down on that whistle. Let me hear it screaming through the trees. I'm burning like a fuse. Time to gain away. There's so much left to lose. I'm trembling like a train, and I'm trembling like a train, and I'm trembling like a train. All right. So thank you. Let's see. So, well, I'm glad to know there's people out there listening. A couple things. You know, this is all new for all of us, obviously. And so I appreciate those of you, or all of you who are watching, who are continuing, like all of us, to adapt to the new reality of what we need to do here. And hopefully you found ways to make this time productive for you with jam play and lessons and hearing new music online, which is what most of you are doing here tonight. I don't know if you've or today, how many of you have heard me before, but it's a privilege to be able to play for people this way. I definitely miss playing for people in the flesh, but you know, we'll get there. Another thing I miss, which I realized in the middle of that song, and because this is a guitar website, even though I'll share this somewhere else later, I was noticing on that song, you know, I haven't been able to go to the nail salon to get my big acrylic nail, and so I was missing that. I missed that too, the simple things, but some things that help the guitar playing sound and feel better. I'm adapting. It's another small thing I have to adapt to. So, all right. So let's see what's next here. How about let's do more of a finger picking kind of thing. I'm gonna switch tunings here. And actually, because this guitar website, I don't even, well, you're still gonna hear the microphone. I usually mute when I tune in a show, but the microphone on the camera is still gonna get it all. Somebody just asked about the two capos. Yeah, in case you just joined us, I'm Justin Roth. This is just my third song in this set here. We had a little late start. The last song involved using a standard capo covering all 6 strings. And this little, maybe I'll just do this real quick. the last song, I also use this shortcut, Kaiser shortcut capo. It only covers 3 strings, the A, D, and G string. It has the low string cut out and the top 2 strings cut off so that they ring past this capo. The other one that I'll use eventually is the Kaiser drop D capo. It just has the low string cut out so that, again, that string rings past the capo. It changes up the kind of voicings you're able to get. And primarily you can use them in standard tuning and your guitar starts to sound like it's in an alter tuning. But I'm using it in alter tunings as well. So, somebody reminded me too that Jimmy Page used DADGAD on Cashmere and Black Mountainside, White Summer. I don't know that as a fact, to know that for sure, if I can confirm that, but I know that they did use a lot of different alter tunings. So I'm going to do a finger picking one, this one for guitar alter tuning people. This is from low to high, C, G, D, G, B, D. So it's like an open G chord on the top 5 strings with a low C in the bass. How you like the fireplace and lava lamp? Yep. I do too. It just started to bubble just before the live stream. That's actually why we started late, because I can't start unless it's bubbling. No, I'm kidding. All right, this is called She Dances. I count to 3, but still feel the 4. She corrects me out on the floor. This is a waltz, just relax. My clumsy feet send me tripping back. It doesn't seem I'll ever get it right. She's so free, I'm so uptight. But she's far, but within my reach. If I trust and just let her teach. There's no other place I'd rather be when she dances the way she dances with me. Circling as if suspended on air, so adrift, yet so aware.
Whoa, it looks like we're having a little difficulty with Justin's stream here. I will do my best to get this back as soon as possible. Please forgive the interruption.
Here in our room, we close the door. You lead me right to the dance floor. Your eyes reflect how I feel inside as you love me with.
I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Please send all hate mail to customerservice@centurylink.com. I jest. I'm going to try to get Justin back real here. I'm so sorry.
dances the way she dances with me. There's no other place that I'd rather be. When she dances the way she dances with me. So, another accommodation, not accommodation. You know, sometimes when you're performing live in a venue and there's like some guy that won't stop talking somewhere in the back. And that's like the most distracting thing in the song. Obviously, my basement's very quiet. I don't have that problem, but my screensaver on my computer popped up and I got all flustered. New things. None of them are bad. This is all right. So, a couple questions. Let's see. If the tuning was DADGAD, oh, that was the previous song, then the little capo raised 3 strings, 4 semitones to make the tuning. I've never, yeah, it seems right. I didn't do the math on what note it was. Yeah, so that question was for the previous song. Yeah, it was kind of an out of the ordinary capo position. And I was barring a chord in front of it. I used that partial capo on the last song, the Trembling Like a Train song, so that I could get this little hammer-on pull-off thing. Open strings that were fretted by the small capo ring on their own because they would be not really a nice sounding chord. So you're giving me ideas of things to explain in future partial capo lessons on jamplay.com. So thank you, Jeff. You can make a note of that. All right. Oh, and it's great. I get. This is the other thing to get used to, which is I'm glad Jeff is sending me these messages. He says lots of clapping and such, and hearts and likes and stuff. So thank you, everybody. I feel you. I don't hear you, but I feel you. Okay, here let's try something a little different. So I'm going to stay almost in the same tuning. So we were in C, G, D, G, B, D. I'm going to leave the top five strings the same. Using the drop D capo now, so that this string is going to ring all the way down to here, but I'm going to lower this low C string down a half step to B. So this low bass string, the 6th string, now becomes the root of this chord. I stole this kind of configuration with the partial capos. So the person I first heard doing it quite frequently was David Wilcox. And it has such a great sound to it, and it's really flexible. And right now, all the chords that I play are above this capo, except for the low root chord of the 1 is down here. So it's a way, like, as you start to capo up. Another reason for using these partial capos is that if you have to capo a song up the neck to get it in the key that you want to play it in, you start to lose all your low end on your guitar, a lot of the body. So this is a way to kind of use one capo to raise the pitch that you want to play in, and then using the partial capos to let some notes ring past so that you can get either droning notes on the high strings when you use the 3-string shortcut capo, or both of them leave the low bass string open so that you can reclaim some of your low end. All right. So this is a song written by a friend of mine named Christopher Smith. He is a kindergarten teacher in California. He's probably an online kindergarten teacher now. This is, I don't know if he plays this song for kindergartners or not, but I found that kids, both young and old, either love or hate this song. So I'll warn you, I'll just put that disclaimer out there in advance. So. Near town by the old playground lived a red mare. So I'm sitting here thinking, as I start to play, another accommodation. Normally I have this big thumbnail that I talked about that helps with picking. Some songs show up prepared at a gig. I've got spare picks in my pocket for when I need those, a rare occasion where I need them. There's only a few songs in a night where I usually use a plectrum. This song is one of them, but since I walked down the stairs from my upstairs down here into the basement, I didn't think to put a pick in my pocket. So I'm going to do this song without a pick, and we'll just see how it goes. In a field near town by the old playground at the Red Mare, one day words lay dead on the grass there. So little Skeeter and me had to go and see every detail. To the field we sped and pronounced her dead as a doornail. Well, boys will be boys if you know what I mean. And there was soon to be a dead horse trampoline. Then I did proclaim it would be a shame not to ride her. From the way she lay, there was just no way to astride her. But then up popped Skeeter with a big idea. The spot there. He climbed up top and he started to hop on the old mare. He was jumping up and down and giggling. Yeah, look, I'm on a dead horse trampoline. So I hopped up on and I started to sing. Hey, yeah, lolly, lolly, dead horse trampoline. Giddy up, boing, boing, giddy up, boing, boing, giddy up, boing. Giddy up, boing, boing, giddy up, boing, boing, giddy up, boing. Well, she swelled so big and she smelled so bad, I couldn't look her in the face, 'cause it made me sad. So I just jumped higher, tried to have a good time. You cry your way, and I'll cry my eye. I know it's gross. But then along came Joe and he said, you know I'm the bossy, so you can both get down. It's my turn now, you can watch me. And Joe, he jumped so high, he let out a cry. Yippee-yahoo! But the mare was so decayed that her ribs gave way. Joe fell straight through. Well, that's what he gets for being so mean. He was a victim of a dead horse trampoline. She was such a pretty filly in a field of green. And then she was a dead horse trampoline. Yeah, sorry, sorry, dead horse trampoline. Yeah. So then there's songs like that. Doing humor songs without an audience is interesting, because normally I can look around the room, scan the room. I can see the people who are with me who are laughing, and other people are giving me the stink eye because they don't think it's funny, or they think it's gross, or they just had dinner and they're going to lose their cookies. So I wasn't able to get that feedback, but maybe Jeff will type some of that in. Does anybody show a puke sign or anything? No? Okay, no. Cheers and hearts and claps. All right, it's good. Those of you who might have had to like run, you know, to get a bucket if you were grossed out. So, all right. So, let's go to another, we'll go back to DADGAD. Well, turn that reverb down. There's all that reverb. Okay. Notice the reverbs. All right. This is the tune called Spaghetti Junction, and I wrote it while driving with a very small guitar in my lap. I'm not trying to encourage that. However, I got a lot of songs out of it. A little tiny guitar, not this one, different one. And only on unbusy, straight shot roads. I probably shouldn't even be saying this. I can't go back, it's live. Anyway, but it's called Spaghetti Junction. See some comments coming through. All right. Cool. Oh, the neck bend. Yes. Neck bend on acoustic. So, this is another thing getting acquainted with. And I've experienced this with jam play as well. Difference between, when you practice at home, and maybe some of you perform, maybe some of you don't, but when you practice at home and we sit down, it's because it's comfortable and we don't have to be standing. The thing that's weird about it is that never, when I play standing up, is my guitar perpendicular to my body. And it actually makes a lot of things about playing guitar a lot harder than when you stand with a strap and it's at an angle. Things are a lot more easy on your hand. It makes the neck bend a lot easier too, because when the guitar is up on a strap, not on a stand, I said stand, is that I'm able to use my back of my arm to hold the guitar and push without, now I had to kind of like lean into it in a different way. So those neck bends were not as drastic as I'd like to do, because it's just easier to do when it's on a strap and I'm standing. But if I stand up playing an instrumental, I don't stay in front of a microphone, I move around, and since my iPhone is not going to follow me, I'm going to stay stationary right here. So somebody asked a question, when I attempt to practice fingerstyle, I find that I cannot play with any consistent accuracy without my pinky planted on the guitar. Any tips on being able to move up and down the guitar while maintaining accuracy without needing a solid contact point? Oh my gosh, So, great question, and very common for a lot of people. And what's the date today? The 17th. So next Tuesday was supposed to be my first day of recording at the Jam Play studio to record my upcoming series on fingerpicking. And it's going to touch on all that kind of stuff. We're going to figure out how to get you that lesson. It's going to be like 30 videos long or so, doing all sorts of exercises to work on finger independence and accuracy and tone control and all sorts of things. So that is coming. So to give you a distilled, short, quick answer, there's no substitute for time, unfortunately. I have found I don't plant my pinky as far as I'm aware of it, depending on the picking style. It starts to become my anchor because I'm moving fingers around. Sometimes there's classical technique where your wrist is out like this. I know that I tend to have the heel of my hand planted against like the ball or the peg of the lowest string, and that kind of becomes my anchor, and then I just kind of know where things are from there. Now if your hand is out here, I kind of look at where my arm rests on the guitar as a fulcrum point. That's still got a lot more swing to it, so it's not quite as accurate. But eventually it just becomes, there's muscle memory involved. So that's like saying, well, learning how to cook is, the answer to making great food is practice. So I don't have like a silver bullet answer for you on that besides muscle memory, but stay tuned for that finger picking exercise or finger picking lesson series that I'll be doing at some point here. But it is a common problem, and it's just gotta take some time. Okay. So, and what I can't, for those of you who are commenting, I'm just getting fed the comments. I don't see who they're from. That's why I'm not saying names or anything. I don't know who they're from. I just get the text of what the message was. Hey, let's keep things interesting and try something different here. Some of you, I think it's in the camera shot, this instrument over here. You can probably see it. If you haven't, maybe it's cropped out. We're going to play this guy now. This is a harp guitar, built by my friend Ronnie Owens right here. I'm in Colorado, in Fort Collins, Colorado, and my friend Ronnie Owens built this for me. It's a beautiful instrument. I absolutely love it. I've fallen in love with it. Fell in love with it right away. So basically, the idea behind it is that this is a standard guitar on the bottom part. This is the harp portion, which, if that's my lowest string on the guitar, got descending bass notes. And depending on the key you're playing, and you would maybe change what these notes are. But they're just a harp. They're not fretted. They're just open and ringing. So, which is one of the things that's really cool about it and really challenging about it, is that after you play the notes, when you switch to the next note, you have to mute the strings. If I just do that, it's just kind of everything rings and it gets muddy. So I have to work on string stopping, muting the previous string. So this is what I attempted to do in this song. This is the title track to one of my records called Now You Know. So this song is called Now You Know. And I didn't have this guitar at the time when I made the record, so this is a reworking of the song. It was one that I thought would be well suited for this instrument. So I'll do this one for you now. I'm going to turn up just for effect. You'll hear it probably, but yeah, putting a little reverb on the vocals. Okay. I'm lost it. Can you help me find? I've lost it. Can you help me find? I can be so blind, let it slip my mind now. Who knows just where it goes? I am thorn without the rose. And I'm lost and I want it back. I've lost it and I want it back. Clouds don't ask why, they just give up the rain. This one fall from the sky, and all the tears from my eyes won't help at all. Can you find it in your heart to be true? That's the hardest part. Like the fading star, peeking right through this dark night. Far to go, but within sight. Take my hand and hold on tight. Gonna make it right. Come on home and keep me warm, even though you are sun and I am snow. I am one with you, much more, and I need you. So now you know, now you All right, the harp guitar. Love this thing. So I should mention, so Ronnie Owens is a builder. You can look him up on Facebook if you're watching on that. All my music is also available online. You know, it's there on Spotify and those kind of things. If you like free music, but if you like to support artists and pay for music, it's also available. Well, I'd say iTunes and iTunes, Apple Music. But if you go to my website, justinroth.com. You can find out more information. If you're interested in actual CDs, which is, you know, vintage, but it's tangible, you can touch it in this day and age where we can't touch anything or anyone. Might be nice to touch a CD. I don't know. But you can go to justinroth.bandcamp.com. You can get CDs through there. Also on that website, let me just double check that since we're here, there's a merchandise area where you can also order partial capos. I've got, pretty sure I've got the partial capos on there. Yes, I do. It's partial capos, things like that. So feel free to check that out as well. This might be a good way to hook it up since maybe, I don't know if guitar stores are even open. But what else was I going to say? Oh, and also in the description somewhere at the top of this live stream, again, I want to thank Jamplay for inviting me to be here. And I've got more music to play for you. But there is a tip jar if you are so inclined. Venmo and PayPal. The links are up there, but Venmo is at Justin Roth Music. PayPal is paypal.me/Justin Roth Music. So there's a couple links up there you can check out. So feel free to do that. It's much appreciated since all my shows have been canceled. This is our new world, and I really appreciate that I have this as an outlet to, as a service, and am grateful for any support that people are willing to give in that process. So let's see. Couple questions that came through. I don't want to miss them. Let's see about the chorus. Okay, yeah, the fingers picking chorus. I think I know you. The rest of the guys. Guitar on the wrong leg, according to classical teachers. Do you know the rest? On the wrong leg. I'm not exactly sure. Oh yeah, then unless you're talking about the pinky resting it on the leg, yeah, you don't want to rest on that. I think that's what that comment means. The harp is asking if it's functioning as a bass drone that you play over then, essentially, or do I have that? Yeah, I mean it's individual notes on the harp. I can pluck them separately. Start out of a bass note, you know, under your chords, and just that's tricky enough getting that figured out. And then now I'm starting to incorporate bass lines, passing phrases, and such. And the trick is having to mute the strings after you play them so that they don't all ring together and ring out over the wrong chord. Let's see, as I'm getting set up here. Best online learning tool for bluegrass. Intermediate player. I know Tyler Grant just did a whole thing. That was kind of country licks, but he just did it on the live streaming thing as well. Or maybe it was a lesson plan. Bluegrass is not up my alley though, so I am not a flat picker. Like I said, I forget to bring picks for like the two drumming. I'm primarily fingerstyle, so. So somebody asking on the jamplay.com site if I teach online courses. If you go to jamplay.com, you will find some. I don't have courses that I do posted anywhere but Jamplay at this point. However, I could be available for mentoring if you want to go direct. Go to my website justinroth.com if you need specific questions about things or want to do Zoom or Skype. In-person things to be more specific to where you're at. Okay, so let's see, next song here. I know we started a little late, so at whatever point Jeff can let me know if we just want to play late, which is totally fine and cool by me. I'm happy to continue playing. Let's see, I'm going to do a song. Since I am at home and my wife is keeping the kids quiet upstairs for the sake of being able to do this. I'm going to do a song about my daughter. I think an interesting takeaway, this is not a guitar specific comment, but an interesting experience for all of us. you know, depending on the dynamics of our work situation, whether we can work, whether we can't work, whether we have kids, whether we don't have kids. I think there's a lot of different experiences going on. There's the shared common experience that we are all living through, and then there's the different dynamics that happen when you're cooped up at home and what you are able to do with your time and who you are sharing that space and time with. It's interesting to not be able to take the kids to the museum or to the park or to, you know, do the things that we normally do to educate and exhaust them. But getting a lot of sweet time as well. And long before I worried anything about health issues or anything like this, this is a song that I wrote just being in awe of my daughter as she was learning to walk, and in awe of the experience of falling in love and loving a child. You know, it's a whole different experience of love. And so I wrote her this song. And we are in standard tuning. Yay! Tiny hands, little feet, button nose and rosy cheeks. She's got me wrapped around her finger. Love the way she toddles round the kitchen floor. Just drunker that's never been this drunk before. But she's curious. She keeps me on my toes. She's precocious. I can't believe what she already knows. My baby, she's standing on her own. Can't believe how fast she's grown. It's crazy, my little lady. When she falls down, she gets back up. She's my one sure love. Blonde hair and blue eyes, cute round belly and toothless smile, always drooling back at me. She tries to eat everything she finds on the floor. She's slamming fingers in sand drawers, but she's clever. She can always find a way. She's calm, even playing in a room alone. She's bold. Chance that she can take. She's beautiful. I can't believe what we have made. My baby, she's standing on her own. I can't believe how fast she's growing. It's crazy, my little lady. She falls down, she gets back up. She's my one sure love. My baby takes me by surprise. How so much joy can make me cry lately. Sweet little lady. Feel down, she picks me up. She's my one sure love, my one sure love. All right, that's for Adeline. Okay, let's see. What are we in the mood for here? I know there's going to be a slight delay, so maybe I'll let's do, I'm practically in standard, so I'll do, I'll stay close to that. This one I'm just dropping the high E down a whole step to D. So I've still got standard tuning and an open D on the high string. Then a full capo on the 2nd fret. 3-string capo on the 4th fret. So, usually give the strings a little pull to get rid of any slack. I'm going out on a limb here. I don't remember the last time I played this song, but I'm gonna give it a shot anyway. This is another one from the Now You Know album. It's called The Last Time. And actually, I'm gonna cheat here, just because I can. I've got a computer here, and I've got it on my Bandcamp page, which on that album I can click on lyrics, and I'm just gonna have it out the lyrics up as a backup. You know, never hurts. Okay. Get up from this table. I should walk right out that door. Wish I was able, 'cause I know what I'm in for. She walks across the barroom like a tiger in a cage. One drag of her perfume takes my breath away, and the room starts spinning, and time stands still. But I swear this will be the last time. I should know better, but some things never change. Now she is becoming another big mistake. As the room starts spinning and time stands still, I swear this will be the last time. So one more night in limbo, another wicked swoon. Sanguine behind sunglasses, so bittersweet. I got a little lost for a second. There's an instrumental break that I totally missed. But if you buy the song or the album, you can hear it. Okay. The last time I played that, I couldn't even tell you. Which, had I remembered the instrumental section in time, or remembered to go to it, I don't know that I would have made it through. I know it started on the 12th fret, though. Okay, so let's see. How about let's do this? Let's switch it up again. Check out this guy. This is a baritone telly. Get it turned on here. So, I don't usually play electric guitar. I haven't owned a decent one. I hadn't owned one for, when I first started, I played electric guitar. I worked on a lot of Metallica and Iron Maiden and the kind of music I was into at the time. And then I heard Michael Hedges when I was 17 years old, and it totally changed everything. Within a matter of a couple years, I sold off all my electric stuff and kind of never really looked back, because I was never like a fast lead player. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I love playing rhythm, and that's basically what I do to accompany myself now, and it's getting the job done. But then it moved more into fingerstyle stuff. And then the more recording I did on my own records, and then I started producing other artists, which is something I still do on the side, is that a lot of times it would come into, come down to like wanting some electric guitar parts, and after I first heard a baritone electric guitar, I just fell in love with it, and I'd been in so many sessions where I said, oh, if only we had a baritone electric guitar, this would be perfect for it. But they're not like, you don't find them around just hanging on the shelf very often. So I happened to be in one of those sessions talking about a baritone guitar, and literally within a week or two, I happened to walk into a pawn shop and I found this guy. And bought it right away, started to buy some pedals, because it was like a whole new world for me, coming from the acoustic world. And now I'm just kind of digging in, finding different ways to use it. And why not while it's at home and not part of necessarily a live performance gig. I've only used it at a live gig twice before. Now, for those of you who know baritone guitars, they are tuned a fourth lower, B to B, like everything's down a fourth. And in the case of this song, since this is the only like decent electric guitar I own, I'm actually capoed on the 4th fret, which pushed me back in E. So I could do this on a regular guitar. It's just this is the guitar that I have. So I'm going to do a song by David Olney. He's someone who passed away a couple months ago, not COVID related. And this is a song that I had played with some friends shortly after he had died as kind of an homage to him. And it was the first time I had learned this song. I've realized I'd heard it before, but kind of fell in love with it now, so I'm enjoying playing it. Let's see. It's called Deeper Well. Sunburned hard, burned my eyes, burned so hard I thought I'd die. Thought I'd died and gone to hell, looking for the water from a deeper well. So I went to the river, but the river was dry. I fell to my knees and I looked to the sky. Looked to the sky and the spring rain fell. I drank the water from a deeper well. Child, I fell for a touch and I fell for a smile. Smile turned bitter and a touch turned cold. I could not keep what I could not hold. weekend, soon he was gone, and the night got sick, and he died with the dawn. Died with the dawn, with a drink in his hand, too sick to walk, too drunk to stand. So time stood still and I ran wild, and I got my fill with a crooked smile. Woke up on the floor of a jailhouse cell, looking for the water from a deeper well. Well, I need the water from a deeper well. Well, the sun burned hot, it burned my eyes, burned so hot I thought I'd die. Thought I'd died and gone to hell, looking for the water from a deeper well. So I went to the river, but the river was dry. I fell to my knees and I looked to the sky. Looked to the sky and the spring rain fell. I drank the water from a deeper well. Well, I drank the water from a deeper well. David Olney. Fun to play electric. Okay. Well, I've got clapping coming from upstairs, even though they're still supposed to be quiet. Let's see. I've got a couple more. A couple more here. Let's see here. Jeff, are you there? Oh, looks like I can't see comments. Oh, it didn't scroll up for me. Sorry. I missed a couple. Classical guitar leg. He wants to know what you like about it. Classical guitar leg. I don't know if he was talking about, maybe he was talking about the stool. Or prop my leg up. I'm not actually using one of those. So I'm not sure. So I think we've got maybe time for one more song to wrap up. Let's see. Question from Maximus. I would like to know how you keep your thumb at the back of your neck when playing. Oh, so I'm back here instead of like wrapping up here, I'm guessing. I'm not sure which. He has a inversion chord. Oh, I see. He's got fret numberings. I think, well, I think that's capo or fret numbers that he's posting on here. What I do with the fret in the back is that chords that are hard to play, like if your thumb creeps up here, your fingers are having to curl up a lot more in order to get the notes to clearly and to not be muting the upper strings that your fingers are covering. So I'm keeping the thumb back here. I'm able to actually use it like a clamp. My fingers to my thumb are squeezing the neck, and up here I lose that grip power by having my thumb up here. Granted, you could reach over with your thumb and do some notes, but that's Richie Havens thing, which is not what I'm trying to do. So I keep it in the back for strength. Somebody, Justin Roth in standard tuning. What? I know. It's I go to standard tuning now. It's like, wow, this has so many nice sounds in it. Fun. Eric Stromanus, my friend from town, is watching. Cool. Love the backing vocals. Oh yeah, that was the kids. Yeah. Let's see. Well, I think if this is the last song, what should I send you away on? I didn't plan this far. This is. Let's see. I know what I'll do. Okay, we'll do it. Standard tuning again. There's another one that I could use a plectrum. But I do not have any lying around. That's okay. Most things are doable without one. So thank you everyone for tuning in. It's been my pleasure to play for you. Thank you for all the comments and the love. I look forward to either lesson will be coming at some point once we can figure out how to record those things at a distance. Check out the tip jar, the Venmo, and PayPal links that are probably somewhere at the top of the feed or in the description. Venmo is at justinroth.com, and I think for either Venmo or PayPal you can use my email address of justin@justinroth.com. If you have specific questions, feel free to email me at that address. Be happy to get back to people. And thank you, Jeff Booth, for operating all the technical end of things at Jamplay. I don't know if they get to see you, if you're able to chime in sometime. You're probably sitting there with a headset in front of a computer. Thanks for making it all happen. I know there's I think another live stream coming up at 3. I'm not sure who it is, so if you're on this channel just watching, stay tuned. If you're watching this show after the fact, after it's been posted somewhere else, sorry you didn't get you can't hear your comments live, but you can still, again, send me a message or through Facebook or email. So I'm going to send you off on this last song. It's called Rise. It's a song I wrote for after the floods in Colorado in 2013. And it's really, without being about the specifics of that, it's really about communities coming together to help each other out, which is what we are all doing for each other by staying home. We're not just taking care of ourselves. The bigger purpose behind this is taking care of others. And so thank you for doing your part. Thank you for staying safe. I wish you all good health. And yeah, and keep your sanity intact. Doing guitar lessons is a good way to do that. Playing a lot of music is a good way to do that. So I highly recommend it. So that's what I'm trying to do. So this is called Rise. Thanks again, everybody. September 12th, 2 a.m. Rain's been coming down for days and the river's rising, sirens call. Gotta get out of town. A friend and his wife, his old guitar, they grabbed what they could and threw it in the car. The road's washing out up the canyon. It's a state of mind to help those that you love. Seeing all that river ripped apart, push came to shove, time was running out. Run. He said, some of the neighbors, stubborn as a mule, gonna ride it out up on the butte. There's no getting round. The highway's gone like nothing they've ever seen before. Cars floating by. The river ran down Main Street. They didn't get far. It took so much not to give up anymore. So they waited for the Chinooks up on higher ground. At daybreak, they're lifted over what's left of the town. outside looking in, like watching a surgeon recklessly cutting into someone you love. And now the water's fanning out across the floodplain, rivers changing course through farms and open range. This land may never ever be the same. Sister and brother, we will lift up one another, whatever it takes to rise. Once again, rise, rise, rise. All right. Thank you, everybody. Just a quick couple comments that I didn't see that scrolled up. Thank you. I'm glad you like the guitar sound. Let's see. Acoustic, flamenco, you name it. At one point, I wanted to play all of it. I did too. That was the biggest obstacle. I'm just reading the comments here. Picking a genre and style to use as a foundation to build on. Not sure what genre my playing qualifies as, but it has a sound that I love and that looks like it would be much more fun to learn and play than genre and tab hopping. Cool. Callum Graham commented. Cool, man. I'm not sure. I'll have to make sense of all of that after the fact. I don't know what this style is called either. I mean, I call it fingerstyle. It started kind of like big influences. If you're looking for a place to start in this genre, Michael Hedges is the king. And he was doing more technical stuff than what some other equally were doing, but he's really kind of blew open the doors on what this instrument is capable of. And that is what made me really fall in love with the acoustic guitar. And I didn't really look at it as a genre, because he would do instrumental stuff which would be classified as new age in the record store, but he'd be doing things that he called like savage myth guitar. It was like doing covers of classic rock tunes and in arrangements and styles, and harmonically rearranging it in these tunings, and doing things that just were so unique. So then I started listening to people like Willie Porter, David Wilcox, Billy McLaughlin, another two-hand tapping guitar player, Martin Sexton, John Gorka, really like some of the songwriters who are, some of which do fancy guitar stuff, some don't. But I was really drawn to the singer-songwriter genre, doing interesting guitar arrangements. So I grew up kind of listening in my guitar age, grew up listening to singer-songwriters in the folk genre who do compelling guitar stuff, not just playing open, GCD chords. So that's a place to start. But I think I'll end it there. Callum Graham is up next. Awesome. Cool. Stay tuned, everybody. So I think at this point I'm going to sign off. And Jeff, you can confirm if I just need to stop the feed to know that we're good to go. But thank you, everyone, for listening. Thanks for any donations you're willing to have been able to give. And I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/JustinRothMusic. I will be doing future live streams up there, and you can stay tuned through that. So, all right. So I'll just stop the feed. All right. So long, everyone. Stay healthy.